Hello. Here. Hello everyone. Good evening. How are we doing today? This is Sunday Samuel, convener 10X, and I'll be the host for today's event. We're about to listen to Mr. Asieri Odusi, the manager of Bayelsa Tech Hub. He's going to be taking us on a very interesting journey of discovery on how we can actually choose and monetize a tech skill. So this is part of our pre-conference series for the 10X business conference coming up on the March 7th to 9th in Yenagua, Bayelsa State. Welcome. If you are just joining us, please introduce yourself in the comments, your name and your location. Where are you joining us from? Your name and your location. Where are you joining us from? So people are having some challenge trying to see how much we can deal with so that we can carry everybody along. We're just going to give like 5 minutes for people to join up, then we're going to officially kick off today's webinar session. Mr. Sierra is already waiting to dish out value and take us, won't carry us go where we don't know like this. So I'm really excited for today's webinar, and I'm very, very confident that we're not going to leave the way we have come. So I'm just going to hold on for like 5 minutes for other people to join us. People are joining from Facebook, Instagram, from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube for today's webinar. So if I just comment your name and where you are joining us from in the comment, please. Hey guys, welcome. I see people are beginning to join us. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. People are asking questions. If you're just joining us, I need to know that you can hear me. I need to know that you can hear me. I also need to know where you are joining us from. So your name and your location. in the comment section, your name and your location in the comment section. If you can hear me clearly, also let me know in the comments. Can you guys hear me at all? I need to know you can hear me. Oh, fantastic. It's exactly 7 p.m. Okay, if you want us to do Nigerian time, we're going to start exactly 7. There's no Nigerian time in today's webinar. There's no Nigerian time. Fantastic. I'm beginning to see some comments. You can hear me. Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. I'm trying to make sure things are set. Some people are having some issues in the group. I'm also trying to remind us because I don't want anyone to miss today's webinar. We're going to be talking about how to build a profitable tech career. Um, Fantastic. I can see the comments coming in. I see Isaac from Ogun State. I see Manuel from Bayelsa. I see Victoria from Asaba. Perfect. Perfect. I see Shay from Ogun State. Fantastic. So I'm going to be talking about how to build a profitable tech career. And to take us on this journey is going to be Mr. Odusi. And mind you, we're only going to be having one of his expressions today. He's a man of many talents, as we'll soon get to find out. I'm really, really excited about today. I'm pumped about all we're going to learn today. And this is part of our pre-conference series for the forthcoming 10x Business Conference happening on the 7th to 9th of March in Yenagua, Bayelsa State. It's a 3 days massive conference that is literally going to teach you how to 10x your life, business, and income with unstoppable confidence. We're going to be having amazing speakers like Apostle Femi Lazarus. We're going to be having Elisha Mama. We're going to be having Steven Gusitobi. We're going to be having John Milo. We're going to be having Uke Enon, and lots of amazing speakers talk to us and take us on the journey to move frustration to fearlessness at any level of our lives that we are currently in. 3 more minutes, we're going to get the show on the road. I see people joining in now. So let's give them 3 more minutes and then we'll take the show on the road. All right? 3 more minutes, guys. Fantastic. All right, are we ready for today's event? I see a lot of energy in the room. Emmanuel, thank you. Adeyale, thank you. Thank you. I see your comment. Isaac, Elisha, I see you all. Victoria. So today, once again, we're going to be talking about how to build a profitable tech career, how to choose and monetize a skill. And to take us on that journey is going to be Mr. Serio. See, he is, in one of his expressions, the manager of Biosat Tech Hub and a whole lot of other things that I would like him to come and talk about himself. So before we get into this session, I just want to bring him up to first tell us about who he is. So Mr. This will be coming on the stage now. Hello.
Hello, good
Hello, sir.
evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
sir.
Sunday. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for accepting to speak with us. I hope everybody
Most
can hear
welcome.
him in the comments. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. I remember when I first he may not remember, but there was a time I needed to get some things done in Bayelsa, and I was having some challenges where I was at the moment. So I started making some research, and I discovered we had something like Bayelsa Tech Hub. Like fantastic. So I decided to go and check it out and see what is all about. And I got to the tech hub. It was a beautiful environment. It was serene. I saw some other young persons, doing great stuff with tech. I'm like, wow. So we have this kind of place in Bayelsa. Anyways, I got my space and I had to get on a strategy meeting with one of the clients. And I was talking, social media marketing strategy and all of that. I think he was hearing me. I think he was doing his managerial stuff. So he was hearing me at some point. And after the whole thing, he walked up to me and asked, what do you guys think I'm a digital marketer? I said, wow. We just talked casually and he encouraged me to strengthen my craft mastery. I'm like, okay. I didn't even know who he was at the moment. It was just another young guy. I thought it was he was one of the techies. It was much later I got to find out that this is actually the manager of Bayelsa Tech Hub. And you know, I connected with him and the rest they say is history. But that history has brought us to this very moment, having the honor of hosting, the manager of Bayelsa Tech Hub on this particular webinar for today. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And very quickly, just introduce yourself and tell us, who you are and what you do, and let us
Okay.
get to know you.
All right. Thank you very much once again, Sunday, for having me. My name is
Okay.
Asieri Odusi, and just like you said, I wear a lot of hats. I I'm the manager of the Biosa Tech Hub, which is powered by the Bank of Industry. It's a technology development innovation space that supports young people to build profitable careers in technology and also
Fantastic.
supports entrepreneurs with access to workspaces and basic
Hmm,
things that can help them ease their business and then build a sustainable business. So that's the
fantastic.
hub that we represent. And outside being the manager of the hub, I also run a number of businesses. One is the Effico Media Digital Agency, which focuses on providing branding and digital marketing solutions for clients across the globe. Um,
Wow.
we
Wow.
do social media management, we do branding, go-to-market strategies for small businesses, for non-profits, for startups. There at Mefico Media Digital Agency. We also have a print outlet, Efico Prints, that's focused on producing branded merchandise, from
Wow.
T-shirts to hoodies to tote bags and the rest. And then recently, set up a real estate outfit. I am somebody who is very what's the word? I pay attention to my finances, and real estate has always been one of the areas that
Hmm,
I've always put my monies into. And we saw that there was a need for us to close the gap with getting more young people to own real estate assets. Because
hmm.
people always feel that real estate is for old people or people for a certain um, what's it called, either age
Certain age,
bracket or in terms of
financial stance.
their
Hmm,
financial, yeah, exactly. But there are different strategies that young people particularly could take advantage of, and they can start owning properties in their name. And so we set
hmm.
up an outlet that focuses on creating those opportunities, from the real estate education to providing those deals where they can own properties with as little as 20,000 naira. And so that is
Wow.
what we do at Efico
Wow.
Homes and Apartments. And outside of these
That's
businesses that I run, I am an experienced graphic designer. That's where I started my career as. I started as a graphic designer, into the branding,
wow.
digital
I hope you guys
marketing,
can hear all these things.
honed my skills in project management, I worked with in a couple of non-profit organizations, so where I focused on resource mobilization to monitoring
Wow.
evaluation round figure across multiple what's it called, multiple disciplines. And that's the
Hmm.
core. Personally, I'm somebody who likes to learn. I usually tell people this story that while I was doing my undergraduate degree as a marine engineer, oh yes, I'm a marine engineer. I also build. I used to build fiberglass boats, like
Wow.
the speed boats that you see. I used to build
Hmm.
them. Um,
Wow.
so I'm somebody who likes to give myself to learning. So while I was still doing my undergraduate education, I usually attend other lectures. Like I could literally go into an history and diplomacy class because I just want to learn something new. I could go
Wow.
to say English and literary studies. In fact, there was a time that I was practically doing accounting while doing my marine
Hmm.
engineering because I just had that interest to basically to learn,
To
and
learn.
so basically it just formed the kind of knowledge base that I have built over the years, and then it makes me um, somebody who can easily, move through different fields, different sectors, and I'm able to provide value in each of these various sectors. So, core of my skills is marketing, sales, management, and branding. And everything all in between. And so I'm excited to actually speak today on this very important topic because a lot of persons always think that technology is one big thing. No, it's
Hmm.
not. It's basically what we consume every day. We are using technology to communicate today.
Hmm.
We consume
Mr. Seer is
technology every
already
single day.
giving it to us.
So
Thank you. Thank you
that's
so
the
much, sir.
that's the long and short about me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So what's your story like? From where you started to where you are today. What's just give us, a
Hmm.
summary of what
It's
what
okay.
it's been like. What has the
Thank you
journey
for
been
saying
like
the
for you?
summary because
Yes,
it's a
summary,
very
please.
long story. Okay, but
Yeah.
so briefly, I started off actively doing graphics and digital marketing while I was here an undergraduate. At the time,
Okay.
I had seen that the opportunities for the average Nigerian student was slim in Nigeria, and I did not want. I deliberately did not want to be among the lots that will come outside of school and start hunting for jobs. So I needed to create something for myself before leaving the four walls of the university. So
Sure.
I took on to graphic design because it became easy for me. It was one of the expressions I had from childhood. I loved fine arts, so it was easy for me to gravitate towards
Was
design. And at that time, Google Digital Skills for Africa were doing like certain programs. There was the Google ambassadorship program, and so I took like a digital marketing course and to further hone my skills and added more skills to the tool set I already have. And so I
wow.
mixed graphic design and branding, and then I launched out a student-run advertising agency back then in school, which exists today as a Fico Media Digital Agency. So this
Wow.
agency actually started off as a student-run advertising agency. We wanted
Hmm.
to just be focused around providing designs and advertising slash marketing services for student bodies, the
Hmm.
university, management and all the rest. But we had that long 6 month strike. One of those ASU strikes hit us at the time, and it was
Oh
even at
my
the
God.
point where we are going to, launch new products. We wanted to launch like out of door advertising, so we
Hmm.
invested in buying screens like TV screens. At the time,
Yeah.
32-inch screens, and then we were placing it at strategic locations in the university campus, so you could have your advertising material. This is a business idea somebody can actually do because it's still very
Hmm.
valid. And so we wanted to
Hmm.
have all those things displayed in different locations in school. And so we had the ASU strike came, but then it came as a blessing because while we launched, we started getting clients from other parts of the country. And then we started providing branding services, social media management services, and then we started growing from there. And immediately I was out of school. I mean, I could not even keep up again because we're having clients left, right, center from different parts of the country and even outside of the country. And
Wow.
from there, I moved on. I did not move on basically. I just kept on, learning new things, and then taking on new opportunities, working with different teams, working with different organizations, and joined up with the Google team, Mind the
Mm.
Gap, and then we started providing digital skill literacy programs to people in Bayelsa states, in Imo states, and in
Oh,
Rivers State,
beyond
Port
bias.
Harcourt. Yes, beyond Bayelsa. So most of the
Fantastic.
times I usually go on invites. I go to speak to governments. What's it called? Staffs in
Functionary.
various government ministries, private organizations, basically going to upskill their staffs on digital skills. And then from there, I started, working with technology-based organizations, the likes of the Google Developers Group, the likes of the For Loop, Africa,
Wow.
Andila Learning Circle, and basically,
Mm.
bringing more persons to understand that there are vast opportunities outside of the digital marketing that was available from Google at the time. And
Wow.
from there, um, I just kept on building, and to the point where I was recommended to manage the Bielsa Tech Hub because of the works I've done in the past and still was doing at the time. And because at that time we had been focused on building the startup ecosystem across the South region, and I was playing a significant role in Bielsa State, which is one of the South states. And so when the Bank of Industry set up the Bielsa Tech Hub, I was like the first. Um, One of the persons that were like top of mind. Oh, we need somebody like
Mm.
this to
To
come
recommend.
give
Yeah.
directions to this facility, and that's where I presently am. While still, building my craft and owning more businesses and growing my finances. So I think
Wow.
that's the
Wow.
summary of it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I hope people can hear all this powerful transition and how this journey has been. So he's bringing all of his wealth of experience to share with us really what it takes to build a profitable tech career. He has moved from starting out as a graphic designer to hosting different government functionaries, training people, both private and public, in private and public organizations. And he currently is managing Bayelsa Tech Hub. This is not like a private institution this is like Bayelsa Tech Hub, right? So he's currently the manager, and I'm so excited for all he has to share for us today. So for the next 45 minutes, 45 minutes, he's going to be sharing, very battle tested strategies with us on how to actually start and grow our own profitable um, tech career. So, Mr. Odyssey, the floor is all yours.
All right, thank you very much. Can everyone see my screen? Just to confirm, can everyone see my screen? Just type in the comment section if you can see my screen.
So if you can see the screen, let's know so that he can present. So it takes some time for us to get their comments up, but let me also
Okay,
check up.
but you can see my screen is Sunday.
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, okay. We've gotten a confirmation. And China says awesome, beautiful. All right. So we're going to be running through what I call the tech career program. So this is one very important you know um subject matter that we actually need to talk about, because you know I usually say that tech, the way we see tech, is not as difficult as it sounds to be. A lot of persons hear coding, and they're like, oh, it's for people that are very serious with life. It's people that know maths. It's people that know this. It's people that know that. It goes beyond that, and that's why it's important that we discuss on this subject matter. So I've introduced myself earlier. Aserio, this is my name, visual communicator, digital marketing strategist. With over 5 years experience in crafting app brand designs and social media management services for small businesses and non-profits. And I lead the amazing team at the Biaso Tech Up, where we support young people and MSMEs leverage technology to grow sustainable businesses and careers. And so it will be exploring two modules.
Sorry,
The first,
let me just quickly jump in. Could you like make your presentation full so that people are able to see much clearly?
okay,
Just look the full presentation.
okay, is it better now?
Fantastic. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll be exploring two modules. The first is on pivoting to tech, where we understand what technology is, why you should go into tech, and who should. What are the available tech niches, and what is the pathway to a tech career, and where you can begin your tech career journey. And then the second module will just focus around preparing yourself for the tech job market. We'll look at, excuse me, we look at personal branding, we look at so social media branding hacks, we look at revamping your CV, we look at portfolios, and then we look at getting your first job. So we are going to do this quickly so that we can spend more of the time, taking questions. So technology, yes, we hear tech, we hear tech, we hear tech. What exactly is tech? Tech, like I put here in my presentation, it describes an industry sector. Tech also describes a process, it describes a product, it describes a class of tools, a body of skills and knowledge, and finally, a range of occupations. Now, I'm going to break this down into different segments so we understand it better. So, as a sector, basically, when you hear tech, what exactly is tech as a sector? It covers group of business working in either research and development, in distribution of technology-based goods and services. Now, as a sector, these businesses basically focus on the development, the manufacturing of tech products, or different technology tools as a service. That is basically what technology is as a sector. Now, when you think of technology as a product, just think about all the gadgets you use on a daily basis. Your router, your laptop, your smartphones, whether you're using an iPhone, you're using an Android device, basically everything we use from your GLB speakers, all of these things are different technology products. So technology also exists as a product, and these are things that we use on a day-to-day basis. Now, as a range of occupation, now we have technology also described as different segments of occupations. So we have things like agri-tech. What is agri-tech? The same agriculture we know. Now you're infusing technology into agriculture, and then it becomes an agri-tech company. The regular banking that we do, you introduce technology into banking of and finance, and then you have a new set of occupation, or a new set of representation or industry called fintech. The same you have for health tech, you have for food tech, you have for edutech. All of this is now an infusion of technology into an existing sector or an industry, and then you begin to craft something out of it. So technology is all of this and even more. Now, let's break it down into some of the techniques. So, like I said, technology is way beyond the coding that we hear about. Coding. And a lot of people even make that mistake of using the words interchangeably. You say, I want to learn coding, I want to learn programming. Everything basically is the same. It's just in the use, in your writing, or in the context of how you explain it. But then, technology is generally broken down into two areas. There's the technical and there's the non-technical. Now, for the technical area, now this is the ones where you require you to learn some programming languages, or it even require to work with hard devices, hardwares. You need to learn how to couple, to remove, to fix all of those things. Those are classified as the technical skill area in the tech niche. Now you have skill set like software development that requires you to be able to build the front end or the back end functionalities of web applications, or different kinds of application, whether desktop applications or cloud, or different kinds of applications. Basically, we have mobile app development, which is also like a sub sec of this software development, but here is focused on building tools for mobile devices. So you want to build applications, whether they are gaming applications, whether they are the day-to-day applications we use on our mobile apps, like our banking apps, like our other apps, e-commerce app. Now that is now focused on mobile app. Now we have things like AI, artificial intelligence. We have blockchain technology. Technology is the technology that powers the cryptocurrency that we talk about, but it goes beyond cryptocurrency. There's a whole lot that happens within the blockchain space, and it's a very interesting area that a lot of us should actually go into. There's data analytics, there's drone technology, there's machine learning, there's hardware engineering, there's games development, there's cloud engineering. All of these are classified under the technical area of the tech skills or the tech niches. Now we have another area that's not technical, not so technical, though there are a little bit of technicalities in some of them, but generally they are classified as the non-tech or technical areas in tech. Now it includes skills like or niches like product design. Who are product designers? Before your Facebook it was built, before your banking app was built, before your e-commerce site was built, some persons sat down and did the entire design of how this platform should look like. They did what they called from wireframing to, in fact, from the research to doing wireframing to doing the actual designs, and then doing what they call prototyping, which is a mimic of how this app is going to look like before the designers or the developer starts writing the codes for it. Now that is basically what the product designers do. So it's otherwise known as UI UX design, which is user interface and user experience design. Now this area basically requires people who are good with research, who love aesthetics, and basically like how products work. You want to ensure that there's ease on how a product is used, how a product is, how a product can be navigated. Now, that is an interesting area that is not technical like the coding part that you can go into. There's also product management that basically functions like the way you have your project managers, but you are focused on a particular product. Could be a tech product. You want to see that there's a life cycle from the start of that particular tech product to the completion or shipping of that product to the market. Now that person acts as the manager that brings together the product team, brings together the developers, even wants to even interface with the stakeholders, the people who own this particular product. Now that is the role of a project manager, and project management is also one very sweet, tech non-technical tech niche that you could go into. There's also the graphic design. So the way we had seen graphic designers, those people that design flyers and all the rest, no, graphic design has gone beyond that. It's now a very important area in tech, because without designs you can't actually represent anything meaningful. So you need your graphic designers to be able to design, provide the branding, what's it called, provide them things like the elements you want to use, provide the source, the design files that you could use for your different integrations. You want to have your graphic designers to be able to produce designs for your social media platforms if you're setting up like a startup. So graphic design role is also very expedient within the tech space. You also have your project management that ensures that the entire organization, it could be a tech company, the entire organization is well handled, and there are different projects that you are handling, and then you want to ensure that all of these projects run successfully. We have technical writing, the same writing that a lot of us do. You write fictional stories and not the rest, but you're not bringing that skill set in writing, and then you're using it to interpret various tech products. You want to write the technical reviews, you want to write this, even up to this part, some of when you open up like a tech product, you buy a product, you will see like the user manual. The technical writers actually come up with these descriptions, how to use this particular product. This is how to go about it. How do you troubleshoot? These are the people who write these things, and it's an interesting area in tech that don't require you to write any code. Now you also have social media management, and very very sweet part. And for here, basically what you're doing is you are managing different social media platforms. You're getting to performs different objective. Some tech products who want to have their have people going to download their apps either on Google Play Store or Google or Apple App Store. Now your work as the social media manager is to come up with the different content. You're able to manage the content. You're able to do the analysis to see how those things are performing. And some instance, you also be in charge of the ad campaigns to ensure that all of these ads are performing as as it's supposed to be. So that's the role of like a social media manager. You also have data science, you have community management, you have cyber security. All of these are very interesting areas that you do not require to write a single line of code. Maybe for data science, you might write some code, but then the other ones you are not going to write one single line of code. It requires you to be able to put in the skills, the necessary skills, which comes with training, and then you're able to excel as a tech bro or a tech sis. So it's not just the people that write the codes. By going into these other areas, you can also come into tech fully. Now, what are the pathways to going into or transitioning into a tech career? So usually there are different areas that you want to consider. So you might want to look at the internship or the research route. So a lot of persons actually start up their careers from looking for internship opportunities. They can go to, for instance, most students during the 400 level, they usually have what's it called, the IT period. So you can spend that time to go learn different tech skills. You could go work with an organization that they do things around tech. They might necessarily not even be doing tech, but then because you already have an area, a particular area in tech, you can begin to learn those skills and then use that organization to practice those skills. So internship, or no, conducting your own research using platforms like YouTube or other free platforms. You have free courses on Coursera and other edutech platforms. You could leverage on these things to actually get to understand the various areas in tech that you want to focus on. Then you also have the volunteer route. So a number of us, you can volunteer for organizations. For instance, the 10X conference, I know that a number of us are volunteers. Now, as a volunteer, now you can begin to practice your tech skill. For instance, you learn social media management. This is a good avenue to begin to practice those skills. You want to begin to work on contents and begin to see how those contents convert into engagements, convert into leads. Volunteering is a good opportunity that you can actually learn tech skills and begin to build a tech career. Then you also have boot camp. So a number of organizations set up boot camps. It could be a 1 month boot camp, a 3 month boot camp, a 6 month boot camp, where you can begin to invest your time, your energies into building the core skills in that particular area. So you have organizations like the likes of Decagon that have like a 6 to 9 months program where you immerse yourself into software development. You can take any particular track and then you build your skills in that area. And then you also have the last part, which now comes to getting jobs or getting gigs. So with this area, you're now all of these things that you've learned, you want to start applying for jobs, or you want to use gig economy platforms like the likes of Fiverr, the likes of Upwork, and a number of them, you can get jobs basically anywhere, and you can now start putting these skills into meaningful experience, and then you can now continue to build your tech career as it moves on. So where exactly can you begin your tech career? For those of us who are thinking, oh, where can I start this thing? There are a lot of places you could learn. The Barista Tech Hub, for instance, is one very amazing facility where you can come learn about technology. So if you are based in Yenagua, Bayelsa State, you could visit the Bayelsa Tech Hub. You could learn within a space of 3 months. You could hone your skills in product management, product design. Sorry, you could do a 6 months program in software development. You could do a 3 months program in cyber security, a 3 months program in data analysis, and then begin to build your career, in tech. There's also other platforms. You have Udemy. Udemy is an online platform where you can learn different tech skills. We have Coursera, we have Code Academy. Code Academy is actually a free platform where you can learn software development. We have Google Digital Garage, and that name has been changed, but you could use Google Digital Garage as a pilot for you. Google even has like a free program that will get you to understand the foundations of different skills, from cyber security to data analysis to digital marketing. You can learn all of these things for free. You have Udacity, you have Pluralsight, you have Allison, you have edX. All of these platforms will give you the opportunity to begin your tech career journey. So you should take advantage of them and then start building your tech careers. So here we're supposed to do like a class exercise where you do your research, so which is very important. So wherever you are right now listening to, have it, just bring out your notes, do a research. What are the in-demand tech skills that are available at this time. Now, how do you draw a personal plan for you to kickstart your tech career? Because it's not just about coming to learn about this thing. So, okay, I want to go into this place. Which particular area should I focus on? Is it cyber security? Is it digital marketing? Is it graphic design? Is it software development? You want to understand that for yourself, and you can use any of these platforms, the YouTube and the like, to understand this thing. So once you have built an interest in that particular area, it could be one, it could be two, it could be three. Once you build that interest in that area, draw out your plan. Okay, how am I going to start building this skill set? Should I enroll for a program, a 3 month program or a 6 month program, or should I pay for a particular course on this particular platform? All of these things, you now begin to draw down your personal plan on how you want to build your career. So have that note done in your notes, and so this way is going to give you direction on the next step you need to take to building your tech career. So now the next part is now understanding. Now I have this skill. I started learning this this particular tech skill. Now I want to start positioning myself for opportunities. I want to monetize these skills. Where do I start from? Now it is expedient that every one of us should know that we have what we call a personal brand. Whether you like it or not, you represent a brand, you represent a person. Now, let me do an example. If you step out of your house now, wherever you are, you step out of your house, say maybe you want to go buy something, and then as you step out, you see somebody, looking all, with maybe very brown, scattered hair, and the person is holding like a machete, and he's walking, somehow shady, and then the person is walking towards your direction. What is the first thing that you are going to do? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Can I see responses? Can I see in the comment section? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Anybody? I think people respond very slowly. A terror. Somebody say a terrorist. You run. You run. Of course, you run, right? You run. And the reason why you run is because the person gives us something that you are not comfortable with. The person gives us a persona or an appearance that seems it's like I'm going to lose my phone, or something bad is going to happen to me. So the first thing that comes to your head is Japa, you need to run, you need to leave that location, right? Because you see that this person has a persona or an appearance that makes it look unsafe for me, and I don't want to take that risk, so I need to leave that particular place at that point in time. Now you need to understand that every one of us, by reason of certain value players we are going to talk about, we represent something, we carry a persona. Now, a lot of recruiters actually, when they scout for tech talents, they usually go to check out these people. So in case you don't know, if you're applying for jobs, you send your CV to a recruiter. One of the things that most of these recruiters do, the HR personnel, is that they take that name from the CV and they go to other platforms. They check you on LinkedIn, they check you on Facebook, they check you on different platforms. They want to see this person that says, I am an articulated, blah, 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 blah person. A lot of persons used to write very funny things in their CVs that they are not, that they don't represent. You write all of those plenty things. And then when they go to check on social media platforms, they see this person is not what he says he is on his resume. And with that, a lot of persons actually lose out because you just okay, no, move this person out, move this person out. And I think Sunday should be able to attest to this. Global companies like Google take those things very personal. They don't want any person that will come and dent the image of their company outside. They don't want any lawsuits. So they don't want any person that will have a wrong representation of their companies, because they believe that the company the values of the company should rub off on the values of their staffs. So therefore, their staff should also have the kind of value the company represents. So it means that whether you like it or not, you represent something. And if you know that you represent something, you need to be very, very, very intentional about what you represent. Now, there are four pillars we'll just discuss briefly as we rush through this presentation. The first one is values. Now, as an individual, what are those things that you hold dearly to you? What are those value points? What are those value pillars that are there to you? Are you somebody that excellence is something that you don't negotiate? Meaning, if you are producing any work as a tech person, you are probably you learn graphic design, you want to execute a job. Because value excellence is one of your value pillars, you will ensure that no design comes out from you and the thing is not excellent. Right? Or now let's even leave the tech parts. Let's leave the tech. Now, as an individual, if you're somebody who has excellence as part of your value pillars, whether you are being paid for the job, whether they are paying 1 million for the job or they are paying 10,000 for the job, you want to ensure that you are giving value. You want to ensure you are giving excellence. Now, it shows to a large extent that whether this or that, this person, I can say this person is excellent. I can recommend this person because this person is excellent. Because excellence is a strong value pillar. For a number of persons, family is a strong pillar, very strong value pillar for them. And so you see, they deliberately would not want to do anything that would dent the name of their family. So if they see their younger ones or their elder ones misbehaving, they want to be the first to correct that person because it is not you that will drag our family name in the mud. And so, because that is a strong value system for them, you will see naturally, you see that these persons are always, they always want to be, they will always want to appear very principled. They always want to appear sometimes, authoritative. But because that is one of the pillars for them, is usually show, in their approach, and then you target as, oh, this person is like this, and it's tagged as part of the person's brand attribute. Now, the next one is character. Now, character is a very easy way for you to just make a decision out of somebody. You meet somebody for the first time and they looked at you with bombastic cider. You met the second time, the same thing. The third time, you just say, this one is like this person will be troublesome or will have one particular issue or the other. And so for that, you've already tagged that this person is like this. Or you meet with somebody and then the person, uh, in crypto they call it rug pulling, that the person does something mischievous or the person is cunning. People are supposed to do a business together, people are supposed to work on a project together, the person is always finding a way to dodge out of the task given to him. You begin to look at that person and, oh, this person, I cannot work with this person because he's always like this. So you see, that simple act has created a persona of you as somebody is this kind of person. This is the kind of character he produced. And because of that reason, I can't do anything with this person, or this is the way the person is. So you want to be deliberate on the kind of character that you put out. Of course, we know that every person cannot be 100% good, but be deliberate about how you represent yourself outside. And you know that bad representation, bad things actually fly faster than good things. So it's the bad one people remember first, and it's the bad one they will talk about, they will emphasize on. And so, because you don't want that to happen to you, you don't want that to rub off on your ability to monetize your skills as a tech person, you want to ensure that your character is in check. Because having good skills but a terrible character is rubbish. There are a lot of persons who are not recommended because of the character issues, and you don't want that to rub off or rob you of opportunities to build your career or monetize your skills. Now, the third one is appearance. Like they say, of course, in the tech space, every person is a tech bro. You wear, shirt and not the rest. But because you are a tech person, it does not mean you look anyhow. You have to look the parts. There are people that will never give you a 1 million naira project because of how you look. So you need to appear. Yeah, I'm saying here it's not to fake it. You need to appear in a way that you also will be attributed value to. So in terms of your appearance, how you appear, what do you put on social media? Are you the person that the kind of guy that the only thing you post on Facebook is making mama proud, young money, cash money? That's the only thing you post, and you're a tech bro, or you're in tech, you want to build a sustainable tech career. You want to work with big companies, the big tech companies, but the only thing you post is making mama proud, young money, all those funny things. You have to have a good appearance, a good representation, whether offline or online. Now, the last part is your niche. I'm quickly rushing this through so we can have a lot of questions. Now, the last part is your niche. Now, for your skills, the skills you want to monetize, you need to be particular about that skill. Am I a software developer? Am I a product designer? Am I a social media manager? Am I a data analyst? You want to be represented with a niche. So that speaks loud of you. So when people are saying, oh, I need somebody to do this branding job for me, you are top of the mind because that is all you talk about. Or majority of the time, that is what you represent yourself as. Right? So you have your values, you have your characters, you have the appearance, you have your niche, all coming together to show the kind of persona you are or the kind of brand that you represent. Now we want to look at some ways that you could actually brand your social media profiles, your platform. So the first thing you always want to do, please always ensure that you use your real name. If you are not branded as an organization, you are not a registered entity, you want to start monetizing your skills as a person, use your real names. Stop using tech gig, stop using tech god, tech using all of those things are not you. So you also want to have your name represented as you so that you are easily searchable. If somebody says, okay, I want to speak with Sunday Samuel, I attended a conference and then Sunday Samuel spoke in that conference. Oh, Sunday Samuel, the person can just go to Instagram and search Sunday Samuel. And then probably there are a lot of persons being Sunday Samuel, but you'll be able to see, okay, Sunday Samuel. Oh, okay, this is the picture I saw. This is the face I saw there. So this is Sunday Samuel, and this is the name. Okay, let me click on get more information about this person. But then when you put something one funny name, that dark princess, that butterflies princess, that this thing, and somebody wants to locate you to do business with you, to provide you opportunities, the person cannot find you anywhere. So it's expedient that on your profiles, use your real name. You could have maybe a username, but that should not be the header when people want to look for you. Now, the second one is always ensure you use your profile picture. Now, the first impression any person get is when they open your profile, they want to see the face. Why are you putting butterfly? Why are you putting what's the name of this thing? Why are you using Ben 10? Why are you using all of those anime? All those of you that used to watch anime. Why are you using anime? Why are you using those things? Hey, what was that guy's name? Is it Tekken? Is it Tekken? And do people know those things? Why are you using that as your profile picture? Why are you using the cloud? Why are you using the star? Is it the star I want to engage? So use your profile picture. It is great that you use a headshot that shows your face. Someone can look, okay, this is the person that I saw in that conference. Oh, this is the person I met in that meetup. Oh, this is the person that sent me a message. Some of us, we will send, for instance, Sunday somewhere. Some person will send message to Sunday somewhere, and there's no profile picture. There's nothing we will talk about his bio. And you just say hi. And you expect Sunday somewhere to respond to you. When there are a lot of persons that he's trying to close business with, yeah, there's nothing to show, represent you. You are saying hi, I'm looking for a job. Really? First, you need someone to be able to look and say, okay, hi, my name is this, is represented in your profile. You can see the person, whether it's a man or a woman, or whatever sex, whatever sex, represented. And then the next thing you want to see is a bio. Now, your bio should describe who you are, who you help, and how. You should describe why you are the best person for the job or the client. You should describe your result or what makes you different. Your bio should have a call to action. So let me break this down into simple things. Now, for instance, if you started building or you want to start monetizing your skills as a graphic designer, let's assume that based on everyone you understand yourself, you are just an entry-level designer. So in your bio, your description should be entry-level graphic designer or entry-level product designer, worked on XYZ projects, looking to work for XYZ Industries. Visit my portfolio site at Dish. So I've opened your profile. I've seen your name. I've seen your profile picture. Now I've seen something that makes me put a thought to you. Okay, this person is an aspiring product designer or is an entry-level product designer that has done this kind of work before. This is the link to his portfolio site or his portfolio website. This is the kind of roles he's open to. It gives me an impression of this kind of this person, and I want to take this person seriously. This is how you should brand yourself deliberately across all your social media platforms, from your Facebook to your Instagram. If you're on TikTok to your Insta, or on even your WhatsApp, you want to put this on your WhatsApp. So that when you are messaging somebody, the person knows who he's talking with. The person knows the kind of opportunities he can direct your way. I believe I'm communicating. Now, okay, now this is an example of what a portfolio look like. So you have Ken and Dedetumo. No, Ken Dedetumo is the name of somebody. It's a fictitious name. Now, if you look at this now, look at Ken. Look at his profile picture. Clearly, you can see fine, sweet, fine guy. I seen Blackberry, seen looking clean. You can see his full face. His name is Ken Dedetumo. Full. There's no tech goddess here or tech god. Ken Dedetumo. You search him on LinkedIn. Ken Dedetumo. Search him on whatever platform. You see the name Ken Dedetumo. Now the next thing is a tag. Who is he? He's a web designer. So I open the profile. I see Ken Dedetumo. I can see clearly he's a web designer. Now, his bio now gives more information that I can work with. He says, helping small businesses to build simple websites, 24-hour support, strategic thinking, and attention to details. 20 plus websites projects deployed. And then he added a link to his GitHub profile, his portfolio. Now, this is how you should represent. You want to start monetizing your skills. You've learned it. Now, you want to present yourself in the best possible way. Now, this is an ideal way you should represent yourself across different platforms, because you can attract your customers, your next clients from any of these platforms. Of course, there's even the Fiverr. We are not going to that today. But even on your Fiverr platform or your Upwork platform, you need to represent yourself well, or else nobody's going to pay attention to your profile. So this is how you brand yourself. Now, after creating your brand and all the rest, you also want to deliberately put in content, on your, the kind of content you put out is to shape the mindset of your possible clients, your prospect clients, to understand that, oh, this person might be the best person I should give this project to. So your content should reflect what you claim you are. You're a web designer. So as a web designer, you should be putting content around web design. You necessarily do not need to be talking about the codes. But you can post pictures of you probably working on a particular project, or you can talk about the project you're working on. There are different kind of contents that you need to mix. You see, that's why it's even necessary. I usually tell every person should actually have an understanding, take a fundamental, a basic foundational course in digital marketing, because it will help you regardless of the tech niche you are going to focus on. It's going to help you. It's really going to help you. So your content should reflect what you claim you are. You can have a mix of content that reflects the pain points of your potential clients. An example can be a lot of small businesses find it difficult to get customers to see all of their products at a glance. That is why it is expedient that small businesses should invest in e-commerce platforms, and with basic tools like this, small businesses can invest little amount of money and they can have an e-commerce platform attached to their business. If you want to build a simple e-commerce platform for your small business, I am your plug. As simple as that. That is the content you put out, and it's going to shape the mindset of a prospect customer that, oh, this person, let me go to this person. I've seen this person talk about building an e-commerce site for small business like me. Now, outside, so that's a pain point for most small businesses. So you want to talk about your workflows. How do you work? How do you come about this particular project? Or you want to talk about the projects you've completed. Oh, you can even talk. Oh, I spent what's it? I spent 48 hours working on maybe a fintech platform. Oh, why I appreciate honestly. Oh, I'm talking plenty things, but basically you understand what I'm trying to say. So you want to craft content that basically describes what you do. It could be your workflow, it could be the projects you've completed, or even project that you are you see in progress. You want to talk about it. Now the reason is this: the idea is to keep what you represent memorable. Whether you're a designer, whether you're a web developer, whatever, you want to put it consistently in the mind of people. This is how you begin to set yourself for monetization. Now, some other tips that you could also infuse as some of your content ideas or content strategy is one, you want to post a project that you've completed. You want to add a descriptive caption. So you want to add like a descriptive caption to what you're doing. So you want to post a picture of you and your maybe with your laptop or your smartphone. You want to talk about a problem that you've solved, a challenge or a difficulty that you've observed in your technique, and then you want to provide a solution. And then, of course, it's not every time you have to be serious. Sometimes you want to post fun pictures about it. Like if you go to my what's it called? If you go to my Instagram or I post I post fun pictures, and find sweet pictures, and then you see small in my caption, I'll not add your sweet, digital marketer or this thing. So it keeps you so that I'm not all too serious. So these are some of the things that you could infuse, in mixing your contents. Now, you'll be able to establish that. You'll be able to repackage and revamp your profile image so that you can begin to attract. You see, one of the things that revamping your profile will help you do is particularly platforms like Instagram. In fact, there's a particular section, the section where you put your name. That place is actually SEO optimized. I believe that during one of the other sections, maybe in the conference, you also get to learn more about SEO and all the rest. It's SEO optimized, meaning if people search for web designer and there's a tag on that part in your name as a web designer, you will be among the first people that will pop up on Instagram. And it's also reflected on other platforms like that. So it's expedient that you do that. Now, for those of us that want to go the job route, you've learned this skill, you want to start applying for jobs to companies, it's expedient that you also revamp your resume. Your resume is a brief summary of your professional experience, your education, and your skills. It's like I put here, it should be taken seriously because it is the first thing recruiters see to decide if you are the right fit for them or not. This is what ideally a profile your resume should carry. You have the contact section that has your full name, your last name, first name, last name, boldly written, your phone number, your email address, your LinkedIn profile. Very important. Everybody should have a LinkedIn profile. Then your portfolio link. So if you're particularly if you're a web developer, you want to have portfolio link. So let me see what you worked on before. They don't need to be project that you worked on. Then it can just be your own personal projects. You worked on a project, you put the project, you write a case study on how you arrived at this particular project. You have it on your portfolio link. So that is one area you can have in your contact section. Then the next one, you want to have your professional summary. You have your professional titles, you have your some core skills. You also want to have like your professional background that describes your relevant skills, experience, and your achievements. In the next session, you want to talk about those experiences that you've had. What is the job title? What is the company or the company name and or the description? When was the dates of your employment? What are the responsibilities of the achievements? And then you also want to have your skill area where you talk about your soft skills relevant to the job you're applying for and all those other relevant skills that apply to that job that you're applying for. Now, this is another, just a quick example of what a resume should look like. So this is Kingsley M. Taribo. You see his phone number there. You see his email address. You see a link to his LinkedIn profile. You see a link to his personal website that carries some of his portfolio. Now you see his tag. Who is he? He's a front-end developer. He's applying for a front-end development role. is showing clearly that he's a front-end developer. What are the top three skills that he has? He has great analytics skills. He has great research management skills. He has great programming skills. Now he now gives a description about this. He's a goal-focused front-end developer, skilled in React JS and Angular, has completed have completed projects including design of e-mobility application, fintech application, and an agri-tech app that has converted investors. Now, if you notice, you see, he wrote things specific to that niche, that skill as a front-end developer. He's not going there to write big English, big grammar that does not concern the job. Focus. I am a front-end developer. This is the skills that I have. I have completed projects. Simple. It does not have to be 20 pages. See, just 2 lines. He's able to describe who he is. So even you say, without even seeing Kingsley Tadebo, you already know himself. You've never even seen his picture, but you already know him. Now let's now go down to the experience section. He comes and says he's a junior front-end developer at Flutterwave Incorporated. What did you do as a junior front-end developer? He built front-end functionality, so you can look at those things. Improve website load speed by 50%. Built landing pages for mailing lists that converted. What other role has he? What other experience does he have? Was a web design intern at Giddy Mob Global. He contributed to the internal web communications with customers. All of those things. Then he went down to skills. He has problem-solving skills. He has his proficient in HTML, CSS. All of these things. So look at the structure of his resume and tell me that if you see this profile, as even you are not to the HR person, but somebody sends you this profile and he says he's a front-end developer, you want to think twice about it. He's able to tell story with his resume about his experience. He's this kind of person you see, you say, okay, let me check this person out. Let me go and see him on social media, because this person already ticked, oh, this person should be a good fit for the role, but let me go and see his other part of him. So the next thing that we're looking at, we are wrapping up anytime soon, so you can ask questions. The next thing you're looking at is your portfolio. Now, your portfolio is a collection of the projects you've completed, whether they are commission projects or they are personal projects. You want to have something that you can show somebody that, okay, this is what I have done with my own little skills, little experience, with the little opportunities I have. This is what I have done. It must show the problems you have solved, the scope, project goals, deliverable, features, functions, design process, visual. It does not have to be everything, but dependent on the tech niche, you're able to represent these things in your portfolio. And there are some portfolio websites. So if you're a designer, whether you're a product designer, a graphic designer, you can use platforms like Behance, you can use Dribble. You also Adobe Portfolio. You can use that to create your portfolio website. For developers, there's GitHub, there's Netlify. Then you can also build your personal website. There are platforms like D-Sharp Pages. There's platforms like Mainstack. You can build your own personal website and itemize what you've done. Create some narratives of what you've done and put it there. So you can include that to your resume. So when someone sees this, you can click and say, okay, this is a visual representation of everything he says he has done, right? And then now the last part is where are the places you can begin to source for jobs. You want to begin to monetize all these skills. Where are the places you can get customers? Where are these places? Number one, on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very, very, very good platform where you can get jobs, you can get clients. A lot of persons do not use it, but you can get clients on LinkedIn. You can shoot your shot directly to CEOs of organizations. You can shoot your shot directly to the HRs of organizations. You can shoot your shot to any person. Of course, maybe some persons only when you're on the premium version, but you have opportunities to actually represent yourself there. And LinkedIn even has like a tab for jobs. You can you can even narrow down the search to your specific niche or the specific job role you are looking for, and then you begin to look for jobs that will begin to pay you for the skills you already have built on. Then you also have mentors. If you have mentors close to you, mentors can actually help you to give direction to opportunities you can take advantage of. Mentors can hold you by the hands and help you and say, okay, you know what, this project, let me assign this project to this person. This person has proven himself, he should be able to handle this project. and give you project to work on, and then you've started monetizing your skills. Now there are referrals. Why is good to deliver? You see that value part. It's good to deliver excellence work, because from excellent services you will get referrals. People will begin to refer you to their own networks, or people who also have similar, jobs that need to be done, because you'll be able to prove the value that you have in that skill that you've monetized. Now, there's also recruiter relationships. So you want to make friends with HR professionals on different platforms, so that when there are opportunities, you should be like the first person they want to think about to share those opportunities with. Then there are job boards, there are private groups, their what's it called, their code calling, where you can basically reach out to somebody and say, okay, this is the skill set I have. I have seen that your social media, for example, I've seen that you do not have a website to represent or put your business on. I am a web developer. I do these things. I think that I'll be able to create something meaningful that can help you optimize your business and help you get more foot into the door, or help you, generate more revenues with services. You'll be able to do this and that, and then you can get somebody in that will pay you to provide that value or that service to them. And of course, there are also the platforms like the Fiverr, the Upwork, and many other, freelancing platform that you could take advantage of, and then you start getting your jobs. And with that, I have ended my section. I was targeting 8 o'clock, but we started a little bit late, so I'm right on track. So this is my contact information. You can always shoot me a message, an email to odusiaseri@gmail.com. My personal website is aseri odusi.disha.page. You can also send me WhatsApp message only to the number displayed on your screen, +234 812 1142 and then you can, type my name. You can type my name Aseri Odusi on all platforms. You will see me there, or you can use the short the username classic to see, and you're also going to show me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And so with this, I've wrapped up my section and I'm open to questions. Thank you very much, and I hand over the mic now to Sunday. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. Guys, let's get it in the comments. Let's say thank you to Mr. Odyssey. I don't even need to remind you because he has gone over and beyond. We're even reviewing CVs again. You don't want to stop at just giving us this and everything on the platter of gold. Thank you so much. So your questions can come in um, and ask your questions across all the platforms. We are going to get them. We might not be able to take all the questions because our time is fast spent. But we're going to answer like one or two questions and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, Mr. Odusi. I've been taking notes here and my I came prepared. If not, I'm very sure my notes would have been very full. I hear you when you talked about personal branding online. I think that one, shocks me sometimes when I see some kind things. And I'm like, is this person? Let me share an interesting story while we're waiting for the questions. There was one time I opened the application. We had we had a system for reporting on WhatsApp. So somebody came in my DM and he sent a message, applying to, become one of our social media persons on the agency. I don't know if you can hear me. He was applying to become one of our social media persons on the agency. So I saw the message and I I was very busy at the moment, so I couldn't attend to it immediately. So I'm like, I'll come the next day to attend to it. Only for me to go the next day and it has already disappeared. So this somebody that was
Disappearing message.
actively looking for employment, actively looking for employment, and you are sending disappearing message. You not even set them to maybe 3 months or something, 24
24 hours.
hours. And I come back to follow up with the conversation. It has all cleared up. I just faced my and I moved on. This kind of person I will face is village people that is disturbing him.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
these are certain mistakes that people make, sometimes innocently online. So thank you. Thank you so much for actually taking time to talk about personal branding and how, a little bit of ethics when it comes to dealing with things online. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to look at the comments to see if we
Thank you
have
very
any
much.
questions. This session was very detailed and beautiful. I'm not even seeing any questions. It was really amazing. All I'm saying is just thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. We're really grateful for your time. We're just going to wait for like 1 minute to see if we get any question, but it was really detailed. I was following it back to back. And now that I have given out your details, guys, you need to say a very big thank you to Mr. Odusi because you know one of the things I quickly learned was humility. I don't when certain people give you access, you need to understand the weight, regardless of how they choose to relate with you. So please, one of the things I want to quickly mention is for those of you that are going to reach out to him, the instruction was please reach out on WhatsApp. Don't start calling. He's a very busy person. Please do not call. Reach out on WhatsApp. We will find time to attend to your questions or concerns or inquiries as it's necessary. If you want to speak with him, come to 10x. You are going to see him live at the
Yes, I'll be
10x
attending.
business conference. So if you want to see him, you want to talk about your tech career, you want to ask more questions, you want to meet other developers, come to 10x. You are going to see them there. So please respect the boundaries of communication that he has put. Somebody's asking a question. I think Elisha. Elisha is saying for people that have several skills like digital marketing, DevOps engineer, graphics, and social media management, what do they put on their portfolio and how do they express their personal brand? Interesting question.
Okay. Okay, thank you for this. Okay, so I usually use myself as an example. I do graphic design. I'm very good at it. I do brand designs. I do digital marketing, um, and all the rest. So if you look at it, you have graphics, you have social media marketing, digital marketing, social media management. If you look at these skills are actually complementary skills. There are skills that can be boxed up as a package. So in fact, I think there should be like a session. I believe it's a session where you begin to convert your skills into business. You begin to look at it from the point of boxing these skills into business packages that you can sell to customers, right? So now you're expressing yourself. You're no longer saying, I am this, I am a graphic designer, I am a social media manager, I am a dev. So you cannot structure all these skills into a business name or a company and say we provide this service. So usually it could be that
Hmm.
you are the person starting up at the background that's providing each of these services, but then as begin to grow, you're not adding other talents to begin to take advantage of. Okay, you focus on graphics, you focus on DevOps, you focus on this part so that you can lighten the burden on yourself. So you necessarily do not have to be saying when they say digital marketers, you go there. When they say developers, you go there. You find a way to package it into a business and sell it as it is. I don't know if that clearly has explained that question.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much. Elisha, please, I hope this thing is said now actually is actually very core. It's one of the questions I was also asked in one of the conferences I attended in Lagos. At some point you realize there is need for growth, right? There is need for growth. Some of these different skills you have mentioned require certain levels of mastery. So we recognize for one, grow vertically, then your other expressions package them, but push just one per time, right? Some of these things could be branches under what you are currently doing, push one per time. Then more importantly, register this expression as a business, right? It's very important. Quickly move from I to we, even if you are one
Mm.
man mopo, right? Quickly move from I to we. It increases your perceived value first as a person. It increases your perceived value, right? It increases credibility. It increases trust. So register your business. Register your business. Don't waste time. Register. Thank you. Thank you so much. There are no other questions, and our time is fast spent. Thank you, Mr. Odusi. I'm very, very grateful. We're all saying thank you from 10x. We're looking forward to see you. I'm sure a lot of persons can't wait to meet you at 10x Business Conference. It's going to be there live. So find time to come for the 10x Business Conference and go and get your tickets before February 1st when our early bird eventually is finished. Thank you so much, sir, for making time to join us this evening. we're super grateful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, that was Mr. Asieri Odusi, and he is the manager by Elsa Tech Hub. He has taken his time to move us through, how to navigate the tech career. And then, even me, with all of my knowledge in quotes, I still learned so much from tonight's session. This is one of our second pre-conference series as part of our preparation for the 10x Business Conference happening on the 7th to the 9th of March in Bayelsa State. The conference is a massive 3 days conference that will bring together about 1,000 people to talk about business, to talk about growth, and to talk about strategies to achieve more in life generally. And I cannot wait to see all of you there. Thank you so much for being with us, and I look forward to seeing you at the conference. If you have any other questions, there's a WhatsApp group and there's an email also you can use to communicate, and we have our social media platforms. Do well to reach us via any of those platforms and would happily respond. Thank you all so much for being with us this evening, and I'll see you guys at 10X Business Conference. Cheers.